We're playing the waiting game, not the game that we all love. The hotel's without power. Our hardworking crew on a generator right now. The roads are closed. Trees are down. Not so much about the rain, but these dangerous high winds.
Yeah, and while Paul's out driving around 17-mile drive, I was catching up on some sleep. It's a perfect day to be in your hotel room and catching some Z's.
You were out there, Paulie. What did it look like to you?
Yeah, I wanted to just go for a drive and see what it was like and go down by the sea in particular. I love seeing those white horses in the ocean and the sea raging. But it was actually quite dangerous, and I soon realized that, and I didn't hang around too long. There's a lot of trees down on the roads. A lot of roads are closed, and there's a huge amount of debris around too. So I'm sure the superintendents have got a huge job to do, not just getting the bunkers all cleaned out and the golf course somewhat dried out if they are going to play tomorrow, but there will be a lot of debris, not just on the golf course, but on the surrounding roads as well too, for volunteers and people coming in tomorrow.
All right, so to this point, they are thinking about finishing the tournament on Monday. Who knows, maybe it could stretch into Tuesday. Nothing has been finalized. With more, let's bring in Todd Lewis. Todd?
Well, Rich, the bulk of this system, this slow-moving system, hit the Monterey Peninsula just after sunrise. I was actually on the golf course at Pebble Beach at around 7 o'clock. Walked to the 18th hole, and as you can see here, the Pacific Ocean was pounding the seawall, and some of the ocean splashing over into the 18th fairway. That, of course, one of the most iconic holes in all of golf. And from that moment on, the wind speed started to increase. With sustained speeds in the 40s, the top gust that was recorded at 68 miles per hour. And because of these high winds, there were structures that were damaged, some collapsed, these tinted structures. There were trees that were uprooted. There were some camera towers that were knocked down. So lots of debris on the golf course that officials will have to deal with, not only through the night, but into tomorrow morning as well. In regards to the rest of the day and the night, well, the system is going to hang around. Although the wind speeds will decrease, we will still have gusts in the 40s throughout the night and into the early morning hours until finally the system gets out of this area, and the wind speeds will decrease a bit until around 15 or 20. As for the golf course and the moisture, this was more of a wind event than a rain event. Roughly an inch of rain has fallen on the golf course so far. And according to the PGA Tour, it's pretty playable. They can get this ready for Monday, and that right now is the plan. The Tour is planning on starting the final round at 8 a.m. on Monday morning with the last tee time at 10:25. However, Gary Young, who is the chief referee for the PGA Tour here at Pebble Beach, is going to have a meeting not only with Tour officials, but tournament officials and public safety officials, because you need a lot of personnel to run a golf tournament, especially when it's the final round. You need volunteers, marshals, all kinds of officials. So how do you get these people onto the property, making sure that they are safe? That's going to be this meeting later on tonight. As for the forecast tomorrow, off and on showers, winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, maybe a gust towards 20. They can play in that. But as of now, we are still waiting for official word if they are going to play. They are planning to play the final round tomorrow. Here's one other thing, a couple things actually. Yes, they're going to try to start at 8. They can move those tee times back if they need to clean up debris and get a start off by 10:15 with the last time around 12:40. They can finish this tournament. So they've got a little bit of wiggle room in the morning. Here's another thing. If they start the round, and let's say there is a delay for some reason, if half the field has not finished, then they will call this tournament as a 54-hole event, and Wyndham Clark is your champion. If half the field does finish and the rest of the players were not able to finish, then this turns into a 72-hole event, and they will come back out on Tuesday to finish this tournament. So we still are in kind of a wait-and-see mode right now, Rich.